Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to AceVacuums here at 1110 Lee Highway, as well as we have our other store at 300 Fort Evans Road, Leesburg, Virginia. Today we are talking to you guys about canister vacuums, bagless versus having a bag vacuum, and what the pros and the cons are to each, and why we recommend having a bag vacuum with good filtration in your home, and then the pros and cons to both. Today, it's 4th of July weekend, so I hope you guys all have a great 4th of July weekend. We're having some pretty good sales as well going on over the weekend. Just remind you guys, do not forget to like us on Facebook, as well as here on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our TikTok videos for all the how-to videos and things that we do, and keep up to date with all the sales and different products that we carry and stuff like that. All right, so let's jump right into this video. So today we're going to talk about two different types of vacuums. If you look in the video above, you will see Mrs. D'Angelo has a Dyson UP13, which is one of the biggest selling Dysons that we come across, and that's one of the most widely sold upright vacuums that's bagless. It's probably one of the pound for pound best Dyson has to offer. It's the swivel body, completely bagless. It has a two-stage filtration system, so you have a pre-filter on the top, Kayla, if you want to point to that pre-filter on that UP13 inside the lid. If you take that off, it is a rewashable filter, so they say. And then the other filter there is on the side of the ball. If you unpop that side off there, there's a little nozzle, a little screw piece that will come off, and then you can check the HEPA filter. Okay. On the left side of Mrs. D'Angelo, we are looking at a Riccar R25 series. It is one of the best Riccars that they've come out with in a long time. It's a great series. They have 3 different models. The one that she's going to be showing you today is the Pet series. It is a dual filtration system. On the front of that compartment there, you have a nice charcoal filter that helps eliminate odors, gases, things like that out of your home. So if you have pets and you have a bad pet smell in your home, if you have a fireplace, you smoke cigarettes in your home, any of that kind of stuff will help eliminate the odors. What she just pulled off on the side is a HEPA media filtration filter. That is very good filtration. As far as the pre-filter works along with the HEPA filter to eliminate all the microns down to 0.02 microns. So everything that's coming out of that vacuum is going to be good, clean, fresh air. All right. Differences in the makes and models. You have the LED light on the front of the machine there. The bag compartment, everything seals safely in the bag with the Riccar R25 series. You just pull that tab down. When the dust goes into the bag, it stays in the bag. It doesn't go back out into the air you breathe, which as a customer, which is reassuring. When you're done with these bags, all you do is just take them and throw them away. They have a self-sealing lid on top, so you don't have to worry about the dust popping back up in your face or anything like that. When you're done, you put the new bag in, you close the top, and you're good to go. It seals and traps all the dust, dirt, allergens, all that stuff stays in the bag system. If you look on her right, you pull that container off. That's your Dyson container. That has a rubber seal gasket. That is the only thing protecting your dirt from going inside that container. After many times of pulling that in and off, you're going to have a container that's going to have to leak. Those seals around there are going to leak. So you're going to get a lot of dust. If you've ever noticed, if you're vacuuming at your home, you have the blinds open, the sun shining in, and you're vacuuming with a bagless vacuum, you see all the dust bunnies floating around. That's because it's not sealing and trapping that dirt, because it's leaking out of them canisters and those seals. And then if you put it back on time and time again, it's going to continue to wear down that little rubber gasket. Okay? So the test that we're going to do today, I'll let Kayla explain that to you, what she's got there in front of her, and then we'll compare them both. So Kayla, go ahead and take it from here.
Okay, guys, so we have 2 things on the floor here in front of each vacuum. So on this side, we have something to represent dirt. It is Carpet Fresh. We're using it as kind of our dirt today. And we have pet hair. As you can see on each side, there's pet hair on each side, and there is dirt, as you want to call it, on each side. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you the difference between a bagless and a bag vacuum. Second thing I'm going to show you the difference is in power heads. If you look at the bottom of this one, you can see that this vacuum does have a metal brush roll. Metal brush rolls are amazing, especially when it comes to pets, pulling up pet hair, making sure it gets out of your carpet, doesn't get matted down in there, tear up your carpet fibers from the bottom up. You look at a Dyson, there are no bagless vacuums that have metal brush rolls. No matter which type of bagless vacuum you get, there will never be a metal brush roll. So Dyson does have these brushes at the bottom. The one thing that I can't say about this brush roll is, as you can see on the left-hand side, right underneath of the bulk part of the power head, there is a stop that goes right through the vacuum. Now you have to think, when you're vacuuming and you see this little part right down here, nothing is passing through this section of the vacuum. So as you're vacuuming, that vacuum, whatever sits right under that little area right there, you're not vacuuming enough unless you're constantly pulling it and swiveling it. So that's another big thing with the power head. You want a free power head that goes completely across with no blockage. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take our Dyson UP and I'm going to go over the dirt and the pet hair. We're going to see with one swipe to start how good it gets it up. So we'll turn our Dyson on here.
Taylor.
One thing that Dyson did, it did suck up, but also what it did was having that break in that brush roll, as well as the plastic brush roll, it did throw a lot of that stuff around. So then let's go to the R25, and we're going to do one swipe of it as well. Okay, so as you can see, there's a huge difference just off of one swipe with the vacuum. So now we're going to see how many it takes to actually get the dirt up with this Dyson. That was a lot of back and forth just for one little area. So now let's go over here to our R25. One more back and forth, we got this area completely clean.
So I do want to add something. If you guys watch that, you noticed she put dirt, which we carpet the carpet fresh. She put it in one line on that black carpet, but do you notice with the Dyson how it flung that dirt behind the machine? So if you notice, there on the red carpet right there in front of that Dyson, there was a lot of stuff that got flung and bounced around. That's what Dysons do. They have one little hole with a hose that provides the suction for the machine. So the rollers are geared and designed to go on a spindle like this to try to get the dirt to pass through the rollers into the power head and then finally into the hole. So it's kind of flinging it around and pushing that stuff around. That's why we wanted to represent that white stuff there. So I just wanted you to see the comparison on how well the suction is on a sealed, bagged machine and the benefit of having that opposed to a canister vacuum.
All right, now we're going to move on to your pet hair. So most people do have pets, cats, dogs, all different kinds of animals. So we're going to take this Dyson across our pet hair. As you can see, like I said, there is that block in the vacuum. So what happens is everything right here on that vacuum is still there. The reason is because that section of that vacuum has no spinning mechanism on it to actually pick stuff up off of the carpet. So let's go over your pet hair a couple more times.
Try it.
Now, theoretically speaking, it took me so many times with the Dyson to get the dirt and the pet hair out of this. Realistically, when you're vacuuming your house, you're doing one swipe, you're coming back, you're going right to the next one. You're not going over it 20 million times. So you have to think in retrospect with this vacuum, unless you were literally sitting there going over 5 or 6 times, same line, you're actually not getting your carpets clean at all with those types of vacuums. And once again, like Chris said, they are self-sealing systems, brush roll problems, things like that. So now we're going to move on to the R25. A lot less hassle. So comparing and contrasting between the vacuums, I know that some people do say with bag vacuums they don't like to change the bag, but actually it's a quicker solution, and it also keeps your house smelling fresher, carpets lasting longer, things like that. So you have to think about it. Sometimes it's not about the here and now, it's about the long-term effects of things. So when you really put both of these vacuums into retrospect, they're both about the same price range. The thing is your Dyson is called a disposable vacuum. Dysons are going to last you anywhere from 2 to 3 years. Spending $700 to $800 every 2 to 3 years can get expensive. Ricars are an American-made vacuum. They can last anywhere from 20 years and up, depending on how you take care of them. Filter changes, things like that, run about the same kind of price. But really, it comes down to the longevity of your carpets, your hardwood floors, things like that. This vacuum is actually tearing your carpets up from the bottom up and can actually damage hardwood floors as well. These vacuums have different mechanisms on them to stop the brush roll, change it. You can select the speed on it. If you have area rugs, things like that, you can change everything right up here on the handle. I understand that Dyson does have 1 speed, and you can also turn that brush roll off. But in retrospect, it's still tearing your carpets up. We don't have magnifying glasses to go down into the bottom of our carpet and see what's really going on down there. But I can guarantee if I took this carpet right now and cut it in half, check the Dyson side, check the Riccar side, I can guarantee there's so much still at the bottom of the carpet fibers. The one thing that Dyson, I will say, they really do. Their dust cups actually have blowing mechanisms on them. If you look, the motor sits underneath the dust cup, and what it does is it blows a lot up in there. What it does is it makes the consumer think that they're really sucking up a lot of dirt, dander, dust, things like that. Because you see all that in your dust cup. Really what it is just fluffed up dirt, carpet fibers, things like that. It's not actually what's coming out of your carpet. So if you take this vacuum and this vacuum, you vacuum over the same thing, I can almost guarantee you this bag is going to fill up quicker than this one because you're actually really not picking up dirt. What you're doing is you're enhancing your dirt. All you're doing is building up what's already in that dust cup. They did a great job on that design and showing people, you know, hey, I have a great vacuum because I can see what my vacuum's coming out. You never want to see what's coming out of your carpets. And the reason is because if we really saw what was down in our carpets when people were walking across them and things like that, we wouldn't want to see inside of there. So with this vacuum, it's an enhanced blow, like a leaf blower. That's pretty much what it is. As you can see, the power head really doesn't work on them. Filter changes are a hassle, and they're not even really collecting anything. So when you go out and you spend money on this type of machine, I can guarantee you spending $800 on a vacuum, you're going to end up spending a couple thousand on new carpets, you know, a couple years down the road. When the Riccar is here to guarantee the protection of your carpet. They do a lot better. They have the brush rolls better, the bag is better, the mechanisms on the vacuum are better, and it is a full sealed, as Chris said, vacuum. I have small children and things like that. I wouldn't want my children crawling around on carpets with this Dyson because everything, like he said, does blow out the back. As parents, we just want a quick pickup, be done, and just think everything that was coming out from behind that vacuum your kids are crawling on. Some kids eat, you know, movie night, eating popcorn on the floor and stuff like that. You don't want to be eating off of dirty carpets like that. So, Chris, if you want to go ahead and add anything else.
So just to recap, the benefits of having a bagless vacuum, obviously you don't have to buy the bags. That's the biggest thing that we hear with customers coming in is, I don't want to buy the bags. They're so expensive. It's too much of a hassle. And really, in the hindsight of things, a 6-pack of our HEPA bags aren't that expensive. A 6-pack of bags could almost get you to a whole year and they're $25. But if you're somebody that has asthma, if you have pets and you have pet allergens and you have like a lot of wood stove in your home, if you have allergies, if you have asthma, breathing problems, respiratory issues, any of those type of things, having a bagless vacuum in your home is not the best option for you because of the way and the amount of dust that leaks out of them containers is just crazy. With a bag system, it seals and traps the dirt. You get a better filtration. You get a quality cleaning with better suction, opposed to just compromising with a bagless machine because of not wanting to buy the bags. At least with the bags, you're done with them. You throw them away. With the bagless containers, you have to shake them out and dust them and smack them and get all the dust out. It's flying up. It's hitting you in your face. You're breathing all that stuff in. So there are some pros and cons to each, but the main thing you got to look at as a consumer is quality, reliability, and performance. Which vacuum is going to give you all three of those things? Which vacuum is made with good quality products? The Riccar, it's American made. Which vacuum has good quality parts? The Riccar. And which one is going to give you the best performance? Which is the Riccar. We have a lot of different bag machines here. We do sell a few bagless. We do the comparisons here with the demos and stuff like that. Come by one of our stores. Kayla or myself, we're in each one of the stores at all times. You could also call us at 703-997-9292. You could check our website out and see a list of all the bag machines and all the vacuums that we carry at www.acevacuums.com. Again, we can't stress enough. We focus and pride ourselves on good quality vacuums that's going to last you a long time. If you're going to spend your hard-earned money and buy thousands and thousands of dollars on keeping your house and your furnishings and buying, you spend a lot of money on buying your home and all this carpeting and furniture and all this other stuff to buy a $300
Hey, Chris, we
or
actually have a
$200
customer.
vacuum.
Hey, we have a customer asking a question. If we had to recommend a bagless vacuum, which one would we recommend?
If I was to recommend any bagless vacuums, and this is probably me just going out on a limb, but I would honestly, for the price and for what you're going to get, to be honest with you, Shark makes one of the better, in my opinion, this is my opinion. We do a lot of repairs in our stores. I mean, a lot of repairs. And we get I'd say 70% of our repairs are all Dysons. We very rarely get Sharks in there for bad motors, bad parts. It's really only hoses and filters and switches and stuff like that. They just work good. They're very comparable. They have a little good filtration. So if you were to recommend any bagless machine, it would be a Shark or Simplicity. Simplicity is owned by Riccar. They make a few good bagless machines as well. So you could check their site out, simplicity.com, or check our website out. But
I was going to say the Simplicity S20 PET. I think that's a really good bagless unit, with it being a Riccar made unit and the longevity of that vacuum. A lot of people have owned Simplicities for years and haven't had issues with them, and we do get really good, reviews about Simplicity and things like that. So I would definitely say the Simplicity S20 PET, in my opinion. I have 53 vacuums, and I've always preferred Shark over Dyson, but I do like Dyson, just Shark's a little bit better in my opinion. Sharks are a better vacuum. I mean, granted,
they have the feature too where you can pull the whole bin, the lift away feature where you can pull the bin off the power head and use it for doing steps. So it makes it kind of like a canister type of vacuum. I like that aspect of them. They work really good. They have
better filtration as well. Even coming down to the
we
power
do
head.
We do sell Sharks here too. We try to stay competitive with all the vacuums that we sell. But when we if we do push any bagless vacuums, it's usually the Shark or it's Simplicity. Like she said, the S20 PET. They have a couple handheld models, cordless models. It's pretty nice as well too. So.
I own the brand new Dyson Ball Animal 3, and I still like my Vortex more. Yeah, I mean, granted, if you look at Dysons, the older Dyson, like the Animals, there was a purple and a yellow one. They came out 20 years ago. I think that was one of the best vacuums that Dyson ever did. When they got into the swivel ball at the bottom, power heads go bad in those units so quick. Filtration. I mean, even, like we said about a self-sealing system, this vacuum isn't that old at all. But when you come over here and you look at I'm going to try to do this with one hand, guys. Okay, so when you come over and look at this, this is your sealing system right here. So as you can see right here in the vacuum, look how bent and torn up this is. So how is that sealing at, sorry guys, I'm trying to, okay, that's not, let's do it this way. Oh, flip thing. So this actually isn't sealing at all. And the reason is because once you put the vacuum up against that and you look at it from this angle, okay, everything is gaped right there into that hole. As soon as I pull it, you have to literally peel all this out, and it still doesn't even seal correctly. So if you actually pull it out and make it right, you can see how this flap even hangs back. So it does. I can literally stick my finger in there. So
as a consumer, you'll notice if you buy a lot of bagless vacuums, over months of using that machine, you'll start seeing dust and dirt collect power head on the away part. You'll start noticing, you'll see a lot of dirt accumulating on that you don't see on a bagged machine, and the reason is because it's a self-sealing system. Everything goes into the bag and it gets stuck down into there. It doesn't continue to blow around into the bag, into the canister, and the container and all that stuff. She's showing you right now with all the accumulated dust on the machine. It's really, honestly,
So
we spend all of our life working. There's one job that you're never going to retire from. It doesn't matter how old you get or how young you are. You're always got to clean your house, and to buy something where you're going to actually enjoy using it and it's going to work. That's the only reason we plug our vacuums, is not to get up a little bit of the dirt or half the dirt or 3/4 of the dirt. We want to get up all the dirt. And we just find that having a system that's a bag container and self-sealing system provides a better quality clean in your home.
Especially when you look down in this unit. So you can see around the hole you got a little bit of dirt. That's actually the part that goes into the bag. But other than that, this vacuum stays very clean on the inside. Now when you pull this off, you can see how underneath where your dust cup is, how dirty this is. So when you think about it, a lot of people don't realize, hey, like, we should clean our vacuums out very frequently. But to be honest, anything bagged doesn't need to be cleaned as much. And because as soon as you lock that down, your whole vacuum is sealed. With this guy, you've got so many different angles for dust, dirt, dander, anything to get out of that vacuum. So those are just some, pros and cons about both of those vacuums. But yeah, I mean, like Chris said, Shark, simplicity, recommended 2 of the best bagless vacuums. But by far, the R25 series from Ricard, with it being an American-made vacuum and everything like that, I think that's one of the best vacuums out there. The nice thing about it is you can always bring your vacuum into our store. If you have a Dyson, Shark, anything like that at home, you want us to compare it to one of these Ricards, you're more than welcome to bring it into our store. And we can definitely show you the performance difference from your vacuum to one of these, just to give you an idea of what's going on with your vacuum and how we can upgrade you. And if there's, a vacuum that, Ricard has everything upright wise, from super lights to big, pet house vacuums and things like that. So anything you guys need, just don't forget to give us a call. Anything else, Chris?
Yeah, we accept trade-ins. So if you found this video very helpful and you're not happy with your current vacuum, or like she said, you want to bring it in and compare it to any one of our bag vacuums and see how well they work or don't work or what they stack up against, and you find yourself like, hey, wait a minute, I think I need to go with a bag vacuum today. We accept trade-ins, any and all trade-ins on all of our vacuums. So if you have any questions, like I said previously, give us a call. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, follow us on YouTube and TikTok. We're open 7 days a week. I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any other questions, give us a shout. That's all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it, and look for our next video, okay?
Have a great day, guys.